What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to the Star Wars headquarters, and boy do I have some exciting news in this video. Let me tell you, my mind has been completely blown by the news that was revealed today for Star Wars Battlefront 2, because if you didn't know, DICE just released their biggest community transmission yet, and yes, there are some huge reveals in this community transmission. We're going to start right here with the Droideka. Yes, the Droideka is finally coming to Star Wars Battlefront 2. We can finally leave the crashed speeder behind us because the Droideka is here. You can see it. It's beautiful. It looks amazing. I'm very, very excited for this. And hit that like button if you are as excited as I am. And I can confirm that yes, the Droideka is arriving this month on June 26th. So we don't have to wait months for this to arrive. It is coming this month as a part of the June update. Now, there's more. There's more. This is also coming to Battlefront 2 as well this month. The TX-130 tank for the clones. I really can't believe this. Like, seriously, I'm totally speechless by this news today. I was expecting maybe a reinforcement in this community transmission or something, but I did not expect a Droideka and the TX-130 tank. But there's even more. I'm not even done yet. There's even more than this. Yes, a brand new planet is coming to Star Wars Battlefront 2 later this year. Felucia is coming to Capital Supremacy mode, and this concept art looks absolutely gorgeous. I mean, this would look absolutely stunning on the Frostbite engine. I cannot imagine how good this planet is going to look on the Frostbite engine. And, you know, of course, the concept art gives us a major hint at what's to come. It looks absolutely stunning. And, yeah, I'm blown away by this news. Like, I'm literally speechless. And it doesn't end there. We're getting the General Skywalker skin this month. We're also getting the 41st Scout Battalion and 212th Recon Division skins as well this month. And then, of course, we cannot forget about the planet Naboo coming to Capital Supremacy. So, tons of stuff to talk about in this video. You know, they released their community transmission. We're going to go over it right now. There's a lot of stuff to look over in this community transmission, including all of the abilities for the Droideka, you know, and everything else and everything in between. So, let's go over that. But first, I did want to remind you all that Republic Commando is now available on Discord Nitro. And if you don't know what Discord Nitro is, it's basically a subscription service that gives you access to over 75 games, which adds up to $1,000 worth of games. You get all of this for $9.99 a month. And yes, Discord Nitro has many other Star Wars games on there besides just Republic Commando, and then their game library goes beyond that too, with many other games beyond Star Wars. And I cannot forget that you get exclusive Discord Nitro in-game perks like the Warframe $50 Ash Bundle for only $9.99. So be sure to check out Discord Nitro. Click on the link in the description to check it out. And a huge thanks to Discord for sponsoring this video and supporting our channel. We truly appreciate it. So thank you once again. Now, let's get back on to that community transmission. We're going to break it down. There's a lot of stuff to go over in this community transmission, so I've condensed it down for you all to go over the most important parts, of course. I'm not going to read over everything. So let's go over the first part right here, which, of course, is the Capital Supremacy map, Naboo. So it says, when you deploy on Naboo, you will notice that it's set at dusk. The embered sky adds a greater layer of atmosphere to the city. Alongside the dusk setting, you'll notice that the city streets are showing signs of previously fought battle and skirmishes. Romantic ambience meets war-torn streets. And then it says the entirety of the battle takes place within the city streets itself, making Naboo a great location for those wanting to experience urban conflict from within the Star Wars universe. So, if you've been wondering about Naboo, it looks like it's going to be using the original Galactic Assault map, I believe, as it will take place in the city streets. But, as they mentioned, it will be taking place during a different time setting, which is going to be really cool to see. Now, let's talk about the Droidekas abilities, and let's take a look at Droideka again, of course. So we're going to go over its primary weapon, which of course is its twin blaster cannons. It says short-range, heavy weapons that deal significant damage to those unfortunate enough to find themselves caught in their crossfire. The Droideka can maintain full control of the blasters regardless of whether they're stationary or they are advancing upon their target. Don't let them get near. And then it says ability 1 is called Will Form. It says the Droidekas folds its cannons and legs into its chassis and becomes able to traverse the battlefront at breakneck speeds. The Will Form can be activated both with the ability button and by pressing the sprint button, which also further increases its movement speed while in Will Form. Additionally, the Droideka can exit ball mode either by pressing the ability button, activating the energy shield button, or by holding down fire. I like that term, the ball mode. So I cannot wait to activate the Will Form for sure. Now, ability number 2 is called Overload, and it says it's sharing ability with its fellow enforcers. The Droideka can overload its primary blasters. The cannons are instantly cooled, and for a period of time, the Droideka can fire its blaster cannons with increased rate of fire. Really cool stuff there. Then ability 3, of course, you guessed it, it's Energy Shield. Take a look at that shield. It says the shield acts as a secondary health pool for the Droidekas. That is the first combatant that can shoot out from it. The shield goes into cooldown if it's destroyed or it's manually toggled off. Deploying the energy shield while in Will Form will automatically trigger the transformation into destroyer mode before the shield activates, and vice versa. The shield automatically toggles off when going into Will Form. So that's really cool that they've kind of made it, streamlined with the abilities working together. Now it says, finally, it's rolling onto the battlefront this month, June 26th. So we don't have to wait for this. Like when I saw the Droideka, I was super excited. But then the next question was, how long do we have to wait for this? So we don't have to wait long at all. It is coming as a part of the June 26th update. So that is freaking awesome. Very excited about that. Now let's move on to the next one, the TX-130 tank. This thing looks absolutely beautiful, and I have been asking for tanks for a long time now for the clone troopers. I know a lot of you have been asking for it, and I really can't believe they did it. Like, I can't believe they've done the Droideka and the tank. I'm speechless about this again. Now, it says, its primary weapon is the laser cannons. It says a pair of heavy laser cannons sit upon the TX-130 and act as its primary weapon system. Despite having a fixed firing line, the versatile nature of the tank means that it can quickly maneuver to ensure enemies are within its line of sight. And then ability 1 is called the Laser Barrage. It says the Laser Barrage ability on the TX-130 fires a short laser cannon barrage of continuous blaster fire, and during this time the TX-130 will fire automatically for a short period of time. And this ability is the perfect counter for when you encounter multiple small and fast moving targets, such as enemy droids or speeders. Once the automatic firing sequence is complete, the laser barrage will of course go into recharge mode, and then it'll be ready to fire again. So we're kind of used to that kind of ability there. Now, ability 2 is its rockets. It says rockets fire in an alternate fashion from pods on each side of the TX-130. The rockets are dumb-fired, meaning they do not lock onto enemies and fire in the direction you aim them like the AAT. So it's very similar to the AATs like I mentioned. It says when firing rockets, you have the ability to fire them one at a time, or you can charge them up, and when charged up, the TX-130 will unleash all of the rockets in quick momentum. So that sounds really cool. A little bit different than the AAT there, of course, with the charging up ability. So that's pretty cool that they've made it, different in that way. Now, ability 3. The charge mode. It says activating this ability will toggle the primary fire into charge mode, and while in charge mode, the TX-130 will gain the ability to charge up a massive charge bolt that fires simultaneously from both the left and right turrets at the expense of some maneuverability. Interesting. And it says charge mode is the perfect ability to use when facing a slow moving target. Charge mode has a duration of 20 seconds, but can be canceled sooner if desired. So there it is. There's all the abilities for the TX130. Again, hats off to DICE for adding this in there. Like, I am so excited for this. You have no idea how much I have wanted a tank for the clones. Now we can face off properly against the AATs and engage into some epic tank battles for sure. So this is going to be amazing when it releases. Now, let's talk about General Skywalker, of course. We can't forget about him because he is getting his General Skywalker skin this month, and it will be either 1,000 crystals or 40,000 credits. So it's going to be interesting to see if this skin becomes the fan favorite. I think it's going to become my favorite skin out of all of them. Well, we'll see. I'm going to have to really debate that, but it's going to be an interesting debate amongst the community, which skin is the best. And then we can't forget about the 212th Recon Division and the 41st Scout Battalion skins. And it says these skins, let's see, the 41st Scout Battalion appearance will be classed as an epic skin and will be available for 40,000 credits or 1,000 crystals. And then the 212th Recon Division are considered rare and will cost 20,000 credits, or 500 crystals. If it was 20,000 crystals, that would be bad. But 20,000 credits or 500 crystals. So there it is. I know a lot of people have been asking for these, and I know a lot of people will be very excited for these skins for sure. Now, it wraps up here with the following information here. It says, we've talked a bit about capital supremacy. It says, over the last few months, the feedback we've received has been hugely valuable, as has all the discussion around game modes in general. It then goes on to say, as we move through the summer, we plan to add new ways to play epic battles for players who want something besides traditional PvP. Interesting. I don't know what that means. That's going to be really interesting. It says, we'll have more to share on this later in the year. So that's going to be interesting. Now, I'm not sure why they said we'll have more to share later on this in the year. And then the previous sentence says, as we move through the summer, we plan to add new ways to play epic battles. So maybe we'll find out here in the summer. But it says, outside of game modes, one of the most requested content additions comes in the form of planets. Coming later this year will be a brand new planet added to Star Wars Battlefront 2, the colorful jungle world of Felucia. And I did not expect this at all. Like, everything in this community transmission has completely taken me back. You know, I'm completely caught off guard and surprised by all of this. And it says, the colorful jungle world of Felucia will be arriving later in 2019 and is being built for capital supremacy. We can't wait to take one of the most iconic planets of the Clone Wars era and bring it into the game. I think I need to slow down because I can hardly talk right now. I'm so excited about this. Now it says, before we get to all of that, in July, we'll feature a month of weekly community quests themed around your favorite Clone Wars heroes and villains that will unlock new animated poses and voiceover lines for these characters. Interesting. So that's going to be interesting. And it says, we'll be back in August to talk more about the new ways to play, Felucia, and more. As always, we're incredibly humbled by your ongoing support and passion for Star Wars Battlefront 2. Please do keep all of your feedback coming, and we'll see you on the streets of Theed in just a few weeks' time. So, that wraps up the community transmission. So, there it is. So, yeah, I'm totally blown away by all this information. I know I keep on saying that, but let me know what you all think in the comments. I have to see the Droideka one more time before we close the video because this is something that I've been waiting for a very long time, as have you all. And, you know, I'm sure people are still going to call this thing the Crashed Speeder in an endearing way, of course. So that's really cool that the Droideka is arriving to Battlefront 2 this month. And then we got to take a look at the TX130 one more time. Just look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. So, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that like button. We'll be doing a lot more news breakdowns, a lot more stuff here at the Star Wars HQ. And don't forget that Jedi Fallen Order's full reveal is tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. PT time. That's June 8th at 9:30 a.m. PT time. We'll do a full breakdown on that. But I will see you all next time, and may the Force be with you always.